Hello, 大家好, I'm Grace. In this video, I will be talking about some Chinese words that people might find offensive, and I will suggest some alternatives on what to say instead. It's really unfortunate if someone is offended by you when it wasn't even your intention. Language has its own charm. Through the words you choose to use, people can feel your emotions and your opinions behind them. Now let's talk about 5 words with negative emotions or underlying meanings. 我们开始吧。The first one is 不可以。不可以，不可以 means can't. In daily life, you would often hear people ask 可以吗？可以吗？ And it means is it okay? I've personally asked this question to a foreign friend and he replied 不可以。不可以. When I saw the message, I felt a bit slighted, but I knew that he just wanted to say he can. So let me tell you where 不可以 is often used. It's often used when parents are talking to their children, or even when dogs are being trained. And in both cases, it's used to express that something is not allowed to be done. 不可以。不可以。妈，不可以。你要干嘛？ So usually in daily life, if someone gives you a request and you want to say no, you can say 不行。不行. It still sounds direct, but it's much more acceptable than 不可以. If you want to be indirect, you can just state the reason why you can't do that thing. Now let's move on to the next one. In Chinese, we can use to mean yes or okay, and if you say this word in daily life with a polite tone, this is totally fine. But if you type this word when testing like this, When testing, if you type by itself as a response, it sounds pretty indifferent, so the other person might get upset. So in test, if you want to answer yes, you can type 对 and if you want to answer okay, you can type 好 or more formally and politely 好的 But if you want to sound more casual and cheerful, you can type 好啊 or 好啊 Okay, the next one is 不要 means to not want. So when you don't want to do something, you say 我不要, right? 要 is a strong word. I guess you have learned that 要 and 想 can both mean to want, but 要 expresses a stronger will. It's okay to use 要 when you want something, that's totally fine. But when we give a negative answer to others, we try to be as polite as possible. So we usually don't use 我不要 to express I don't want to, because it sounds too strong and kind of childish.
我不要。
我不要。
我好不容易从教官室偷出来，而且
你很烦，就跟你说我不要。
However, 我不想 sounds less direct. So in daily life, we usually use 我不想 to express I don't want to. For instance, I don't want to go out. 我不想出门。我不想出门。我不要出门。我不要出门。I don't want to eat anything now. 我现在不想吃任何东西。我现在不想吃任何东西。我现在不要吃任何东西。我现在不要吃任何东西。But if someone asks you whether you need something, like if you go to buy bubble tea in Taiwan, the clerk might ask you, 你要袋子吗？你要袋子吗？ Do you need a bag? You can reply, 不用谢谢。不用谢谢。No thanks. 不用 means no need. 好，所以你要一杯珍珠奶茶。好，所以你要一杯珍珠奶茶。那你要袋子吗？不用，谢谢。The first one is 呵呵。You might see this word sometimes in online posts or in comments, and it's often translated into English as this. But actually, this is not mischievous laughter. It's like this. Hehe is to laugh coldly. People use it to express contempt or to be sarcastic. So if you use it, people might get offended. In test, if you want to have mischievous laughter, you can type Hehe. Hehe. Okay, the next one is A. A can be used to call others' attention. It's like hey in English. A is okay to be used among people that are close to you, but using this word to address people who are older than you, such as your teacher, is quite impolite. 老师，这题怎么写？老师，这题怎么写？明天要来学校吗？明天要来学校吗？明天发成绩单吗？明天发成绩单吗？
The next morning.
So if you want to ask your teacher questions, the polite way is to say 老师请问 plus your question. 老师请问. Okay, now let's do a quick recap. Today we have talked about 5 rude Chinese words. The first one is 不可以. 不可以. When someone asks you 可以吗? Is it okay? Don't reply 不可以. The second one is In text messages, don't use this word by itself to reply to others as it might offend people. The third one is 不要. 不要. When you want to say I don't want to, saying 我不要 sounds too strong and direct. The fourth one is 呵呵. 呵呵 actually indicates malicious laughter. People use it on the internet to express contempt or sarcasm. So unless you want to irritate people, don't use it. The last one for today is A. Using A to address your close friends is totally fine, but don't use it to talk to your teachers or people who are older than you. Okay, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. 如果你喜欢今天的影片，记得帮我按赞、订阅和分享哦。By the way, if you want to learn some daily expressions in Mandarin, check out my Instagram, Grace Mandarin. Okay, 那我们就下次见喽，拜拜。